Get ready for your daily dose of marketing strategies and tactics from entrepreneurs with the guile and experience to help you find success in any marketing capacity. You're listening to Marketing School with your instructors, Neil Patel and Eric Su.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing School. I'm Eric Su.
And I'm Neil Patel.
And today we're going to talk about the next 6 minutes for the next 60 years of your entrepreneurial journey. Neil, where do you want to start with this?
Sure. Most of you guys, when you think about starting a business and getting into, the startup realm, you're just like, all right, what problem can I solve or how can I make money? And those are two good things to think about. But what you need to start shifting your mind to is, will this problem that I'm solving be relevant 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now? The reason you want to think about a really huge horizon, it takes so much energy to create a business. You don't want to be that person that has to create a new business every 2 or 3 years. For example, Eric, how long have you been doing Singlegrain for?
5 years?
Was that before you bought it out or after? Or does that include
4
both?
years. 4 years after the buyout.
4 years after the buyout. Do you think your business can be relevant in the next 10 years?
Yes.
In the next 20 years, do you think it'll be the same business?
It has to evolve, but yes. In the core of it, yes.
Yes. What's the hardest part about what you're doing?
It involves a lot of people.
Okay, it's people, but what's the hardest aspect of entrepreneurship for you?
It takes time and it's hard to focus.
And also, because it takes time, in that time aspect, you're more specifically talking about it takes time to get traction and revenue.
Yep.
So if you're already 4 years in, realistically, are you where you want to be?
No.
Okay, do you think you'll be there by the end of this year?
No.
So that means Eric will be 5 years into it. 5 years into it, and he's still saying that he has a long way to go, right? And yeah, in 10 years, the business is going to adapt, but he still thinks he can be in it. The point is, Eric is making 7+ figures. He has a business that's growing. Last year, you did, 130+% growth?
Yeah.
And he's still at it, and he's not where he wants to be. The point I'm trying to make is entrepreneurship is not easy. And if you come up with the idea and you're solving a problem that's short-lived, then every few years, you're going to have to start a business. And what most people don't realize is it's easier to grow a business than it is to start one. The last thing you want to do is to keep having to create more and more businesses every few years. So whatever you're going after, think really long run. And a great example of this is Elon Musk. If you ever look at Elon Musk, he doesn't talk about how he wants us to be able to live on Mars or go to Mars. For him, it's a necessity. We have no choice, right? But that vision that he has is very long run. It's not really going to change 5 years from now or 10 years from now. That's still going to be a dream. He's going to continue forward. And it's a really big pie in the sky thinking. And I'm not saying you have to be as big as him when it comes to your ideas or your concepts. But if you're not thinking big enough and you keep trying to go with these small businesses that can solve a problem in the short run, well, every few years you're going to have to start a business. And that's the hardest aspect of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing about Elon Musk is he has a company that's called the Boring Company now. And you look at the things that he's doing, and again, I'm not same thing as Neil. I'm not saying you need to do something that is you're shooting for the moon, shooting for the stars, where you're freaking flying rockets back onto Earth. So, but a lot of the stuff that you talk about energy, you talk about solar, you talk about space. It's really difficult problems to solve. But at the same time, oftentimes the really difficult things to solve are also often really boring too. I was talking with the guy that came up with 1-800-GOT-JUNK. Nobody really wants to talk about junk. It's boring. But the boring stuff is often the stuff that can stand the test of time. And I think another thing that I want to bring your attention to is if you look at the things that Neil has accomplished in his life so far, Neil, all the stuff that you've built is around what niche?
Marketing.
And why do you choose to stay around that?
One, I'm good at marketing. It naturally, right? I'm not saying I'm the best, but it's one of my natural abilities. Two, I believe it's going to be there in the future. So whether automation gets into our personal life, like our fridge is telling us, hey, you're out of milk. And I mentioned this many times on this podcast, like, hey, you're out of silk almond milk. You should try Blue Diamond almond milk. It's similar and it's half the cost. To me, that's marketing as well. And yes, marketing is still going to be there 5, 10, 20 years from now, even 30, 40, 50. I think it's going to evolve, of course. But the reason I only stay in marketing is it's what I know, it's what I'm good at, and might as well focus all of my energy on one area versus trying to do 20 different things that I'm not good at.
Yeah, and look at what Neil has done. He's got an audience around marketing. If he's got the mind share there. If you have that already, why not take advantage of that and maximize it to the best of your ability? And to give you guys an example too, it's like the stuff that I tried to work on that I didn't have an audience or expertise in the past, such as senior living, didn't work out that well, right? But the stuff that I do around marketing, because I've been focusing on marketing the last couple of years, that tends to have better traction. So focus on what you're good at and then try to see what you can expand. I think there's a quote, I forgot who it's from, but staying within kind of your niche. Like, let's say if you're an actor in Hollywood, that means you can probably go into directing someday. Not saying you can go there, but not necessarily saying you're going to be good at it. But that doesn't mean you should go from actor to starting a software business, because that's not what you're good at, right? So staying focused is one thing. Doing the boring stuff, and boring stuff also includes building out systems, processes, recruiting, and all that. Because at the end of the day, when you think about different companies, you're running with a different playbook. Once you get to 1 million, once you get to 10 million, once you get to, you're trying to go even higher than that, it's different playbooks. But a lot of the stuff is same, right? Recruiting is never going to go away. Sales, marketing, never going to go away either. So think about that, do the boring stuff, focus, and eventually you'll get what you want. But don't think short term, because short term is you look at affiliate marketers, a lot of people just trying to make a buck really quickly. That's not going to last you for a long time. Sure, you might become rich, but if that's your ultimate goal, fine. But I think for a lot of people, they're looking for fulfillment as well. Neil?
That's pretty much it. We have 6 minutes for the next 60 years of your entrepreneurial journey.
All right. Go to singlegrain.com/giveaway to get our tools, and we'll see you later.
This session of Marketing School has come to a close. Be sure to subscribe for more daily marketing strategies and tactics to help you find the success you've always dreamed of. And don't forget to rate and review so we can continue to bring you the best daily content possible. We'll see you in class tomorrow, right here on Marketing School.